Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not digitally pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with Sweet Home Chicago Blackhawks 2028-2029 season slow ride part 24. Jeff, you set up our brand new season, went through training camp. We brought in a new backup goaltender in Ilya Nabokov, which actually I just need to change his jersey because we got him in a trade.
Yeah, he's been with Colorado the last 3 years. Has been playing fairly regularly in the AHL, but hasn't been able to make the NHL. But he's 2.5 stars, so he's pretty much even with what we gave up last year.
Yeah.
And we do have some young guys behind him. So I don't know how long he's going to be there, but hopefully he's good enough for now.
Yeah. And so Justin Cote is really down on that depth chart compared to a bunch of other guys. That's interesting. So we're about to kick off. We played one game already in the season, and I'm not really going to adjust anything. We're just kind of going to fly, hopefully, through some stuff here as we lose 4-2. All right, perfect. Thanks, Jeff, for that one.
And as usual, I start you off with a win, and you're doing this now.
38 shots, so their goalie stood on his head. And such as it is. The bad news is we've already got
pretty much haven't really made a ton of changes from the team that won the Cup last year. Didn't really go after anybody big in free agency. Didn't make any major changes.
No,
major trades, rather.
Let some guys go.
Yeah.
And continue to promote our young ones up.
And we do have we got 3 rookies technically on the roster, but none of them are actually in the lineup right now. So until we run into injuries, you may not. And one of them, Vanaker's actually hurt at the moment. So
we're gonna move our team morale all the way up.
Yep, season's going. Might as well.
Smelly Wrestling Geek, welcome. Thanks for coming out. All right. Jeff, as we're going forward here and we're talking about what we did in ours, how you feeling about the Canucks in real life for going through their training camp? Any surprises?
Nothing terribly surprising. There was ex-Canucks news that was kind of surprising today, but we won't get into that. But yeah, I'm not hugely optimistic going into this season. I think we needed to do
6-3 loss.
More than what we did. At least Besser's back, so it's not totally hopeless. But
Philly.
It all turns on whether or not Pedersen shows up this year.
Yeah.
What'd you say there? You cut out.
Philly absolutely smoked us.
Oh yeah.
6-3. We got outshot 33-22. They had more penalty minutes. That is a lot of red.
Yeah, Smelly Wrestling Geek, that Kaprizov contract in particular is a little annoying because now I had tuned down the upper end of the salary range, and now I'm going to have to change it again, which is going to have gameplay effects for FHM 12.
I'm going to say that was a overpay, but it was an overpay they had to make.
Yeah.
That salary structure is crazy, too. All right. Again, I don't mind Kaprizov as a player, but $16 million for a guy who has previously gotten hurt quite a bit.
And we'll still have that, 17 million actually 17 million cap hit when he is 35, 36 years old.
Yeah. which
If they're
that's
lucky, he winds up like Ovechkin and can play that long and still on top of his game then, but that could really mess them up a few years down the road.
well, it's all about what the cap continues to do, I guess. And we lost it. We can't win a game.
No. You can't win a game.
Okay,
I won a game.
I haven't changed anything from what you did, so clearly not on me. Smelly Wrestling Geek, I'm just going to point this out. Do you know you have yourself set to not having any sound right now? You're watching without audio. There's a way to switch that if you click on your name, I think. Unless you're actually watching us without audio, which just raises further questions, but maybe you are. I don't know.
So he can't hear us, and you're explaining to him how to get the audio?
The Hughes contract was surprisingly reasonable. It was surprisingly reasonable, yes.
Adam, can he even hear us?
I would imagine. He usually replies to things, so.
He's not acknowledging you. You're talking to him. I don't think he can hear you.
I think he can.
Or he's just messing with you now.
Could be. Game versus the Kings. If we don't win this one, I'm going to redo some
Yes,
lines.
he can hear us. Okay.
Yep. And we lose again. Okay, we're changing some things.
Okay, Cote out and Partridge in, maybe? And is Vaneker healthy
Media
yet?
has criticized Norris. Agree with the criticism. I don't know what happened. I don't care what happened. I'm blaming Norris. We actually weren't bad here. Norris was 68 defensive game rating, but was a -1.
51 offensive.
Okay, so Connor Bedard is also hurt, so that's fun. Sore ankle.
Okay, Cote doesn't go out then.
Well, let's just give it a couple days, and I'll make some changes right on the day.
And Vaneker can come in for any one of a couple of guys. Well, Shunov's off to a good start at least.
Yeah, Hayes scoring.
Oh, it looks like one of those losses was overtime, so we did get a point.
Yeah, but still going 1-3-1 to start has not been ideal at all.
And the Jets are 4-0.
I mean, as expected.
Without the retired Hellebuck.
Yeah, Thomas Milik was leading them. Still is, yeah, 4 wins. All right. So we continue here. Okay, game versus Ottawa. Bedard's at 80%, so we're not going to leave him out at all. Okay. Before I switch completely, I'm just going to look here for a second. So Pinelli is locked in. Bedard, Norris, Hayes on the second line works. I'm going to move Nadeau up and move Besser down. And I'll lock those into Oliver Moore. And I'm just going to spin a little bit there. Okay. All right. That didn't change any of our forward lines. Their defense got bumped a little bit there, but that's okay. Tried changing up some special teams. And 7-2 loss. Wow. We are getting curb stomped. 20 shots and like what?
6-1 in the first period.
Spencer Knight is literally Swiss cheese. Wow.
5 goals against on 10 shots.
Okay, like there's a point where criticizes Conrad. We still need the media to like us, right? That was the thing.
Yeah, we were
They're
in trouble
critical
with
of
them.
us. Okay, so I guess we're still blame Conrad. Agree with the criticism. We're gonna have our entire team hating us as we continue to lose. Smelly Wrestling Geek says I've been focusing more on using individual tactics in FHM than global.
Yeah, it's extra work, but it can give you a little bit of an edge if you fine tune it that much. The AI will do that on its own.
I think I'm gonna give Nabokov just a. Or is it, you always say, is it not Nabokov? How do you say his name? But
Nabokov, probably Nabokov. You're probably right.
is he related to the former goalie? Is it his son?
No, he seems too old for that. Let me check.
All right, 4-3 win over Boston in overtime with the backup in.
No relation.
Okay.
Fairly common Russian name. Okay, broke the losing streak at least.
Yep. Well, we're gonna ride our backup for a few games here, and just give our goaltender a mental reset.
Or destroy his confidence by sitting him on the bench.
He doesn't have any confidence. He let in 5 goals on 10 shots in his last game. Tanner Molinuck for a second-round pick. That's a good trade for the Jets. 3-star talent defenseman for second-rounder.
Yeah, he's only 23.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
And back up in again, and we win 5-2. 41 shots on net now.
Jake O'Brien with 4 points. So they'll play in front of the backup. Oh, that was all in the third period, too.
Well, sometimes that's all we need. Smelly Wrestling Geek saying he's watching an older YouTube stream and a CPU player had 7 goals in a game.
Don't think I've ever seen that. Other than like super mismatched stuff in international play, maybe in really early years in NHL. I think we might have had one in the when we started Montreal in 1909.
I'm trying to
But
remember.
yeah, that's got to be pretty rare.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of time where you get tons of goals scored. All right, and oh, well, see, you tried to get him before or considered signing him. Now he's a free agent. Utah releases Carl Veljamaka. Vemelka? Or say his name.
Yeah, it looks like he's. What do they have in front of him?
Ivanov.
They got a
and
Rabble, younger guy. Oh, 4-star potential on the young guy.
Well,
okay.
They got 9 other goalies on their depth chart, so including.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make sense. Okay. They have 4 goalies in the AHL right now, so yes, they needed to clear some room. I guess they don't have an ECHL affiliate. Montreal versus Anaheim. Still sticking with the backup and 5-0 loss. Whoops.
Maybe not.
Outshot. Only got 21 shots on net that time again. Ooh. Got so close to trying to get to 50% and then couldn't. Elias Pettersson is out hurt. 4 weeks. Dennis Hildeby is now a free agent. He kind of stalled out and ended up back in the ECHL. Unfortunate for him. A player once was got 7 goals one game, and that was in 1920. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually more surprising Gretzky didn't have a 7-goal game. And again, he passed it once too.
Really. Yeah. You know, I mean, his big goal scoring years were only a couple, really.
Yeah.
And then he went back to getting his,
Assists.
60 goals and 150 assists a season. And speaking of the Oilers, they're off to an 8-1 start here. Have a look at the team stats after this game and see. Curious to see exactly what's going wrong.
What's going wrong is we can't stop any goals, Jeff.
Okay, let's give Knight a chance then.
Jake O'Brien has scored 10 points and he's a -4. Bedard's got 9 points and is a -4. Lashunov is 8 points and a -4. Brock Besser is an anchor who I wanted to get rid of, is -6 with 7 points.
So Besser, even though you've moved him down to the third line, is 5th on the team in scoring.
And still a -6.
Everybody's minus. Lardis is -9.
What's our advanced stats saying? That is not a very good Corsi relative. -16.26.
Good God. Yeah, that's impressively awful.
I think I found the issue. That's shockingly that's no one's even close. What's going on there, Nadeau? 3 points. Whew.
And you want him on the second line. Smelly Wrestling Geek asking if you think Utah's going to get to keep the Mammoth name. I sure hope so, because we just put it in the game.
Well, these things just
and the logo and all of that.
Is that what you mean?
But yeah, I don't think that low. I think they wind up settling with that company.
Oh, it'll definitely be.
Still think Yeti would have been a better name.
It would have been, but they couldn't win that lawsuit, which is why they didn't. 5-2 win over Edmonton. Spencer Knight makes 44 saves for the win.
So we basically got outshot badly again. Knight won it for us. And again, it's all in the third period.
Well, I did make one switch there, and he got a goal, so maybe that's what we needed. I moved Frank Nazar up to the second line. Hey, I fully wanted a Yeti name. Don't get me wrong. That they are offering us Koivu for Nadeau.
So Saku Koivu's son for who's not having much of a career. Yeah, no.
Saku Koivu. Was he really drafted by Montreal in real life?
Pretty sure.
I did.
Double check.
Well, the good news is the guy you didn't want on this team seems to be destroying the queue again.
Yep, third round, 2024.
Okay. Game versus Vancouver, so Jeff has scheduled us a loss, but
No, I don't think Vancouver's actually won yet in this.
we still beat
Oh, no, they got a
Vancouver.
couple here. Okay.
Beat him. It took it to overtime, though. But Dard pulls it out in overtime for us. Did you change any?
Hey, go back to penalties in the third period. How many minors did the Canucks take off the start there?
I clicked next before I got there. So we're actually up to 500 for the first time this year. It took us to October 20th.
We were actually at 1,000 when you started the stream.
That was fake stats.
Uh,
All right. Oh, no. We lost our best player. Okay, penalties. Hughes, Romani, Holtz, guy whose name I don't even want to say. So 4 penalties to start the third period.
Yeah. A little bit of a discipline problem there. We got a goal on one of them. Oh, no, that was the overtime goal.
Yep.
We didn't get any goals on that.
So Pinelli is day-to-day with a bruised ankle.
Oh, and no inch wonder the guy we sent down gets suspended.
Well, he was lightening it up, so.
How many points do you have so far?
13 in 10 games.
That's about what he did last year.
Well, he only got a 1-game suspension.
Oh, that might be the Q's fighting suspensions.
Oh. Yeah, Pinelli can still play. Maybe the truth was we shouldn't have had Nazar buried on the lineup. Maybe that's what we needed to change. Nazar being up, suddenly we're winning games. All right. Game for Seattle. Be nice if one of our goalies got hot here. And we lose 4-1 to Seattle. Because of course we did. We put up 40 shots and we couldn't score more than 1 goal. So, again, you looked at our tactics, right? We're doing... Is strictly positional really our best tactic?
Roll through them, I think it is.
Stretch gives us 3 on good fits and another 1 on bad.
Yeah, but Bedard isn't one of the good fits. I kind of want to keep him with the best tactic possible because...
Well, then we could just go through center. I mean, our center is pretty good. Down the line.
Yeah, but strict positional has a couple of other good fits and only 1 bad fit.
Well, I know, but we're not.
Yeah, if you want to try it,
we're not getting enough as it is right now scoring. So we'll up our aggressiveness a bit too. Forechecks 1, 2, 2.
Get back the pressure down a little too.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Back the pressure down a bit. Okay. Oh, our D-zone coverage is not good, huh? All right. All right, let's just see if that makes any adjustment. Oh, Smelly Wrestling Geek, why did you guys do away with music you used to have on the background for older streams? A bunch of different reasons. But who knows, something may
Didn't
return in the
we?
future.
Wasn't there a copyright thing or something at some point? That was so long ago. I can't remember.
No. It was just a choice we made to change. We wanted to make sure we were using copyright-free music. That was our big thing when we were doing that. No, wait. Jack Eichel is hurt for how long? 3 weeks. He's on the Sharks, too, right? And Leo Carlson's done for 4 months.
Jack, question: are tactical settings tied to tactical, or are tactical tendencies tied to tactical settings, or they operate separately? They're separate. Same screen, but they do different things.
And I moved Pinelli down because he was down for a little bit of hurt, and we get shut out by Minnesota. 32 shots on net and can't score a goal. And they get 1 goal a period. Honestly, not a bad game from us, other than Kevin Korchinski, who had a terrible game at 43 defensive game rating.
Really, probably should be trying some of the rookies in here.
I think we're going to have to throw something in. Because it's not working. But I think if Pinelli's not healthy, we're going to just swap him out for a game or two. All right. So Pinelli's is ready now because, of course, he is. John Mustard has converted to left wing. Excellent. We want to spread that mustard around.
Speaking of the AHL, should have a look and see how they're doing.
Okay, LeBurge is going to come in for Conrad.
Reich.
For what?
Reichel is down to 2 stars.
I'm talking defenseman to start.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, when you get to the wings, that's the obvious one to take out for Vaneker.
How did Reichel fall so fast?
I keep giving him chances, and he does nothing with them. He hasn't had a point in 13 games this year.
All right, Connor Bedard's at 80%, so he's fine. Okay, let's just see here. Reichel's on that 4th line anyways, so that's fine. Okay, so Reichel gets replaced with Vaneker. I'm going to give Bedard a game off, and I'm just going to throw Partridge right into the thick of it. And 6-2 loss to Colorado. Woo! Got 20 shots on net. Brody Partridge scored. We still continue to score in the 3rd period. We just can't seem to score in any other period. Media criticizes Josh Norris. Yes, we're going to agree with that criticism again. And we're still critical on that media reactions. Oh, boy. Okay, so let's get Connor Bedard back in. So Partridge comes out, gets replaced with Bedard. Might be time to move Norris off the first line.
Yeah. Hasn't exactly done a lot. Did play well in the playoffs last year, but
Oh, maybe he's a
doesn't show
playoff
up for this
performer.
season.
Yeah. All right. Conrad involved in an off-ice incident.
See, you bench him, he gets into trouble.
Guess who's going to be getting traded? Media gives incidents. Yeah, we're going to agree with the criticism. He's getting placed on the trade block, too. Team harmony. Nope. Absolutely nothing for the goalie. Perfect. All right. Conrad goes get 2 goals in 13 games. Now he's upset about it. Well, too bad. Okay, if we make the move, we move Nazar up to the first line. Norris on second, Besser on third. Doe, let's flip Nadeau and Vanaker. Now, actually, just curious on that, looking at the stats and looking at advanced stats, has Nadeau improved at all? Well, he's down to a minus 11.36, so we're trending in the right direction. Maybe I'll actually leave him on that right side.
Banneker can't play the right side, so yeah, that's...
Just wondering if I should even out the ice times more to see if get a little more spread.
Or you could give more time to Bedard since he's the best player.
Well, he's hurt right now, Jeff, so that's a bad idea.
Well, when he gets back, I mean.
There we go. 10-0 game for Jonah Neuschwander as he continues to score.
3 goals and an assist.
3-2 loss to Dallas. But at least it was in a shootout. So that's okay, except for we only got 2 goals in the, guess what, third period.
52 shots, too.
Well, at least that's trending the right direction. That is mildly frustrating. What do you think about the big Edmonton trade today?
The Ingram thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's... I don't think that's exactly what their fans were looking for in terms of an improvement in goal.
And yet, they're better off than they were. They have a decent AHL goalie, do they not? I can't think of his name. That they drafted.
Edmonton?
Yeah. Like he's young. Development report. Callum Brownlee. Bedard's continuing to go up. Cote's going up. Hayes. There we go. Jari Sandelin with a nice big bump. 4 up. Ivan Belikov. Theo Lindstrom continues to improve. Hey, look at that. Our AHL goalie has moved up to 2.5 stars. Mental toughness. Charlie Zoen.
The free agent we signed, yeah.
6 games. 2-3.
Have a look at the
946 save percentage. Might be time to call him up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, with those numbers, Rockford's presumably doing pretty well. But
Josh Norris is declining. How much do we have in his contract? 2 years left. Yeah, I forgot to look. Rockford is 3-4-0.
Yeah. Thought they'd be better than that.
Oh, Zolan is very angry about being sent down.
He's got a high opinion of himself.
For a guy who was in the ECHL last year.
Thought he could make the team.
If he's playing at 946, he's going to be on this team in not too long. Nabokov's actually up to 2.5, or was he at 2.5?
He was at 2.5?
Yeah, look at the...
But he hasn't been...
Yeah, 866 save percentage and 887 save percentage. You want to know why we're not winning? There's the reason right now.
How's Eric 2 doing in the ECHL?
He is at a 958 with less than a goal against in the E.
Okay, pretty good first 3 games. Won 3 games and has had shutouts in 2 of them.
Yeah. Very good. Monthly scouting, not changing anything. All right. Are you sure? Is that about your previous question? Because otherwise I'm very confused. I missed that. Or are you just talking about me being sure in general? Because the answer is no. I'm very unsure about a lot of things. Oh,
how about being better with Ingram?
Yeah. Yeah. I still... Jeff, who's their third goalie?
They're actually carrying... Bakersfield's got 5 guys right now. Nathaniel Day, Samuel Janssen, Matt Tompkins, Ingram, and Connor Unger, who I think is the one you were trying to think of.
Probably. Okay. Bedard's finally healthy. And good news, we have a clique formed with Owen Conrad, Francisco Pinelli, Merrick Vanacker, and Noah Labarge. Awesome.
So Conrad's creating problems, and now he's making friends and dragging them down with him.
Well, we got one out already. Noah Laberge is out, so Conrad's definitely going to get moved. He's going to be acting like this. I put him on the trade block, but could we more actively try and shop him? Because he's really kind of pissing me off.
And look at Laberge is somehow down to 1 star.
Awesome.
Do we give him a couple more games, but we may need to call somebody up instead
Well,
of
I'm
him.
just looking right now. We can call it Marcus Kersey or Brett Lisk or Theo Lindstrom. The Birds is, wow, yeah, we should maybe just pull him straight out if he's going to be.
Yeah, swap him with Kersey maybe.
Okay, Kersey has 5 points. Lisk has 3 points. Okay, yeah. Actually, just checking. Kersey is a offensive quarterback. Is he what we need for this? He's not a great showing defensive defense. I mean, he is a two-way guy, so okay, that should work.
Yeah, well, Lindstein and Bluesky are the better defensively. So is Luswick for that matter.
Well, that's why I'm just like, if we're pulling him out, which we can. Actually, no, he'd be fine on the third pair. Never mind. Yeah, he'll be fine. Kersey will be fine if we call him up.
Yeah, because he's playing with Vlasic and cover for him defensively.
Burge, replace. And Kersey. Right there. And we're going to give Kersey number 77. Good defenseman number.
And Laverge can try to get himself straightened out in Rockford.
Here's hoping. And we have officially fallen to last place in the Central. But yeah, back to the point. I think Ingram, I mean, there was a couple of years, I guess the last year in Arizona, he looked like a pretty decent goaltender.
Yeah, I had him rated fairly highly last year, but apparently the league, scouts around the league don't think so.
Ooh,
yeah, last year in Arizona, and I dropped off Well, that was 2 years ago, and then dropped off a bit with Utah last year, but still.
Man, we just cannot get any goaltending. Okay, we have a little bit of defense, but I mean he's -1 for Ekblad. I guess maybe we
Partridge
can...
in for Cote.
I don't think 9 minutes a night is going to make a difference, but he's only got 2 goals, so... Thinking we're going to move Ekblad down and move Vlasic up, too. Oh. Actually, one of the most frustrating things was reading The Athletic today, too.
Maybe what was in The Athletic?
Oh, they're doing their NHL previews of different teams. And they had Winnipeg's preview for finishing, I don't know, whatever, 10th or whatever it was. But yet they spent a good chunk of the Winnipeg preview talking about Ehlers' effect in Carolina for the Winnipeg preview.
Because that's going to have a big influence on how Winnipeg plays.
Well, that's exactly my point. It's about how Winnipeg's going to be able to... Oh, man, we lose again. What? Okay, we are going drastic. And we are going to make a big move, and we're going to call a third goalie up. So, Lucas Reichel, you are getting shopped right now for a draft pick. Offered a 6th-round pick from Colorado or a 6th-round pick from New Jersey. Good with sending him to New Jersey?
Sure.
Done.
Out of the division, at least?
Yep. Zolan is coming up. And we're getting a new goaltender for now. And I'm going to call up 2 and send him to the AHL. All right. We're going to take... Going to take Spencer Knight out completely and just give Zolan the next game. Actually, Nabokov actually got hot. He's won fire. He is supposed to be a clutch goaltender, so do I maybe just play with him for a little bit and see what happens? What was the scouting report?
I would have stuck with Knight if it was up to me, but...
We're not winning! We're not winning! We're five games under 500! Knight can't stop a frickin' puck to save his life. Montreal offers us Oliver Kapanen for Owen Conrad. No, we're not taking that trade. We are 14 points out of first place, and it seems very hard that we're going to make that up already. Trade for Ingram. Jets out here signing a bunch of somewhat mediocre guys. They having some injuries or what? Who knows? All right, I'm going to give Zolan his first game. We'll see what happens here versus Carolina. And 2-1 loss. Awesome.
So, maybe
Outshock
having
them.
Besser on the third line isn't a great idea.
97 defensive game rating. Vlasic has a 99 defensive game rating. Jake O'Brien has a 98 defensive game rating. Bedard's 84. Brock Besser, you say he's playing 20 minutes and 36 seconds tonight. But you think him having one or two more minutes might make the difference? Okay, we'll move him all the way up to first line then. I'm going to turn down some of these minutes and try and spread it a little bit out because I don't know. We need to do something else to generate something.
Because the key to improving a team is to make Connor Bedard play less.
No, he's going to get all his time in special teams. We're getting enough penalties. We're just not getting any goals being stopped. And not scoring on our key moments. Connor Bedard can do it, but we still need goals from other people. Frustrating. I've yet to figure out how to get my offensive game ratings to come close to my defensive game ratings. It's a delicate balance, I think. But having a better defensive game rating is better than offensive game rating. $28 points. 16 back. 2 games in hand. The only good news is we aren't in last in the league. We're second last.
By a single point.
We got 2 games on them. Draisaitl's got 28 goals. Larkin's got 28 points. Larkin's got 28 points. The other thing to do, I guess, Jeff, or the compromise would be we put the first line at 25 minutes and then balance out all the other lines.
Oh, that would be a little high.
It's just trying to find something that's working because whatever we're doing right now is not. Can't get a goal save. Can't score a goal. One of these. No. Yeah. I know we talked about this before. What's going on November 10th that we're slowing down a bit?
That is that the college?
Oh,
Gotta check.
that sounds right.
Yeah, that's National Signing Day for college, so it takes a while. That's a draft that takes a pseudo draft that takes quite a while to get through.
Fair enough.
Basically, the way it works is every team is competing for the players, so they all have to evaluate each pick, and that drags things out for a little bit.
All right. Game versus Ottawa. If you notice, I did put Spencer Knight back in. We're going to ride Spencer Knight until he's dead. 5-4 win. Jake O'Brien scores and has 2 assists, 2 goals. Bedard gets 2 goals, 1 assist. Besser gets a couple assists, riding shotgun. Kevin Korchinski gets injured. Day-to-day, sore knee, 1 to 2 weeks. He should be able to play through that. Oh, Lashunov also got injured. Bruised hand. Awesome. Germany wins the Deutschland Cup. Expected Columbus. Okay, Lashunov's at 67%. We're going to give, this is a back-to-back. We're going to give him this first game off and bring in the troublemaker. And 6-4 loss. Pinelli scores in the first period. Connor Bedard scores late, but that's it. Brian, Dard, and Besser. Okay. Let's see here. Delayed treatment for... Oh, good. Korchinski gets really hurt. Now he's got a PCL injury. So no, he's not going
That's why you don't leave injured players in.
Well, Renzel's coming out and getting replaced with Lashunov. Korchinski's getting out and getting replaced with Korchinski. Or is getting replaced with... Oh, man, what did I do? Did I mess that up?
You took Renzel out and put Lashunov in? I'm not sure why, but...
Because I misclicked the thing. Okay, I took Renzel out and put Lashunov... No, because I wanted, Korchinski to come out and get replaced with Renzel. Korchinski goes to the injured list. Depth chart check here. 2 played in his first AHL game and had a .967 save percentage. Only gave up 1 goal. So list comes up. And Labarge is still stuck at 1 star down there. Ooh, okay. All right. So should we take Lashunov out and put Lisk in for a game then?
Yeah, because Shuno's only at 67%. He'll be a little higher because of.
Well, yeah, that's why I was sitting
Yeah.
him for this game, hoping that he would be a little bit healthier. But if he's not, then we have another game in 2 days, anyways. So he says we can play if he needs. He's only at 75, so yeah, taking him out and putting Lisk in makes more sense. Does Lisk have a number?
Yeah, he's 42.
No. All right, we're going to ride Spencer Knight, see if we can get him hot. And 4-1 loss. Because of course. 33 shots given up and only got 20. Well. Renzel converts to right defense. Awesome. Okay. That is not what I want to do. $14 points. We're still barely hanging above Anaheim.
And 3 points back of.
Hey, wait. Newsy Lalonde is playing for Columbus Blue Jackets?
I don't think that's New Zealand.
And Lalonde, what else am I supposed to expect?
Particularly since he's in goal.
He picked up a new position.
And dead for 50 or probably about 80 years. Sure.
He probably died in the 50s, wasn't it? I'm not sure.
Nolan Lalonde.
Okay, when did Newsy Lalonde die? Now I need to know.
November 21st, 1970.
Okay, longer.
83 years old.
We are still getting absolutely destroyed every game. Wow, he lived.
So basically, what you're saying is, I'm going to have to fix all of this next time.
Jeff, I'm at a loss. Like, I really don't. We're not scoring any goals. We're giving up too much.
You've got Conrad on the first pair.
Well, he came. That's because Lashunov's coming in or not. Whatever, doesn't matter. I guess he came in for Korchinski. He's not the reason we're 6-14-2.
Speaking of him, you might have a Harmony thing to.
No, I did that already.
Have you used it this month already? Yeah. For November? Okay.
Yeah, I pulled LaBarge out of the conflict and then sent him down to the minors to think about what he did.
And we are now last.
Woo! All right, here. Okay, Lashinov is healthy, so we're going to take this back out, get replaced with Lashinov. Lashinov moves up to the first pair with Vlasic. Ekblad, Renzel can go down to the bottom pair. I should have gave Nabokov the game versus San Jose. 8-6 win. Okay. Well, hey, look at that. We scored a bunch of goals in the first period.
Oh, look, and Brock Besser has 3 points and is the first star.
Besser's had a decent amount of points. We got a shorthanded goal. 7-14-2 now. Back in last place. Whew. All right, back-to-back nights. Let's give Nabokov this game and see if we can turn things slightly. And no, 5-2 loss. 30 shots on net, can't score a goal until, when did we score a goal? Second period, and then in the third period. And then we give up 2 late goals. Granted, one was empty net. Vlasic has a bad defensive game. Otherwise, it's bad from our fourth line. And Pinelli is hurt. Bicep tendon. No, we're not delaying treatment. So, Jeff, what do we do here?
Put Cote back in for Partridge. Move more up to the second line. Put Partridge on the third line.
I'm just looking here. We could. Too bad we can't call up Dorian Eklund-Esp, who's ripping it up in Erie. Sasha Boisert.
Boisvert. He's not doing too well in the AHL.
Martin Milslick. A lot of guys not doing very well. So let's just look at the AHL. Who is their top scorer on Rockford at 6-6-1? That's a guy we don't have under contract, Hayden Cruz, but he's only got 10 points anyways.
Dagenstein.
Oh, 6'5". Guess we're bringing him up. Good with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So,
and LeBerge has 5 points in his first 5 games in Rockford.
That's good. Cote's coming in for Pinelli. Pinelli's going to the injured list. But then you wanted what, sorry? Oliver Moore up for Cote?
Yeah. Cote shouldn't be on the second line.
No, I don't disagree.
Probably Partridge on the third line. Try Partridge there, and if Partridge doesn't work, swap to Dagenstein.
Okay. Doe's slightly hurt, but he can play through it. Losing Pinelli is going to hurt bad. Although I should have actually redone special teams too. I'll do that before our game here. Player needs a number. He cannot have Jake O'Brien's number. I mean, I guess that was the other option too. We could have moved O'Brien back to the middle. Still could.
I'll try more there first.
Yep. All right. I would like to get through at least this month to see if we can have a slight improvement. Seems unlikely, but 4-1 win over Nashville. Okay. Partridge played well, I think. Yeah, got the first goal. No, sorry. Game-winning goal, not first. Kersey has a bad defensive game, but that's okay. On the last pair there. And we snuck past St. Louis for second last place in the Central. Or should I just say 7th place in the Central? right. Oh, good. Vanaker is now dealing with an off-ice incident. So, yes, we agree with the criticism of him doing foolish things. Hey, the media, we're now neutral with the media.
Does the media hate your team as much as you do?
Just got to be consistent about something, Jeff. And St. Louis passes us, but they played one more game. We are 20 points back of Utah. All right. Nadeau is back healthy. Game versus Toronto. All right, we're going to give Nabokov this game. And we lose to the Leafs 6-1. Okay. We give a power play goal, but then Nadeau quickly answers it in the, guess what, third period. So, Jeff, here's a question for you. Can you think to the time when a Stanley Cup winning coach has ever been fired the next season?
Trying to think offhand. You're going to take a run at it, though.
Well,
I will have to fix this now.
I'm just trying to think. Like we had, like Mike Keenan maybe but he left, so that didn't quite happen. And we get a 5-0 win over the Rangers.
Hey, let's go out on a winning note then. Let's leave it there.
Leave it there. But we have a game versus Winnipeg on November 30th. But okay, fine. All right, with that, thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Franchise Hockey Manager, as well as twitch.tv/OOT Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, even if they're painful like this one, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments, with stream archives going live Saturdays at about 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for European viewers. Of course, you can reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. We're also at Franchise Hockey on Bluesky. We're on Instagram. We're on Threads. We're on other social medias, usually as Franchise Hockey Manager or as Franchise Hockey. And of course, you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to the official forums and come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, Perfect Team, Go, or anything else you wish to discuss. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, I think we covered everything. I think we're going to have some news fairly soon for you on FHM 12. Just putting some final touches on a couple of things release-wise. So stay tuned there and watch our social media for that, and we will hopefully have some news for you very soon.
Josh Norris is minus 16. It's so bad. All right. With that.
And hasn't scored a goal yet.
Yeah, hasn't scored a goal yet. Yeah. Amazing. All right. With that, thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you all again next week.